Welcome to The Explainer. I am absolutely thrilled you're here today. We're going to be decoding something literally every single one of us deals with, and that's the body's acute stress response. But more importantly, we're going to look at the exact science of how you can actually hack it in real time. We're drawing our insights today from a really comprehensive life guide called 12 Steps to a Good Life, which, offers some just incredibly practical tools for mastering our own biology. Let's get right into it.
So, tell me if this sounds familiar. Have you ever felt your heart just absolutely racing over a simple text message? Or maybe you literally jumped out of your seat during a scary movie? I mean, we all have, right? But why on earth does a blinking cursor or, a totally fictional movie make us feel like we're in mortal danger? Why do we feel so incredibly out of control in these completely normal modern moments of stress?
Okay, let's dive into this. Section 1. The Anatomy of Stress.
So here's the crazy thing. Your emotions are actually these ancient survival mechanisms. They literally evolved over eons to keep you alive while you were out hunting water buffalo on the savannah. The problem? Well, fast forward a couple million years, and our modern dangers, like say a passive-aggressive email from your boss, are mostly psychological. Yet our bodies react exactly as if we're facing down a prehistoric physical threat. It's wild.
Section 2. Fight, flight, or freeze. Scientists call this hyperarousal, or the acute stress response. You probably know it as the famous fight, flight, or freeze state. And what you really need to understand here is that your body, it can't always interpret whether an event represents actual physical danger or just mental pressure. So when you get startled, your brain triggers a very real, very physical reaction. Your heart rate spikes, your breathing gets shallow, and boom, adrenaline just floods your system.
And this brilliantly illustrates the internal tug-of-war happening inside you. On one side, we've got the sympathetic nervous system. Think of this as your body's gas pedal. It brings the racing heart, the tight chest, the whole chaos of hyperarousal. But then, on the other side, we have the parasympathetic nervous system. These are your brakes. This is your rest and digest system, and it's responsible for deep breathing, calmness, and physical healing. The issue is, chronic stress keeps us stuck on that gas pedal, which completely breaks down our physical and mental health. So we need a way to intentionally hit the brakes.
So the crucial point is found here in Section 3, Combat Tactical Breathing.
Enter our secret weapon, box breathing. Sometimes it's called combat tactical breathing. And listen, this isn't just some trendy wellness hack. This is a hardcore, science-backed stress management tool used by first responders, the military, and elite athletes. Why? Because it literally allows you to deliberately activate that calming parasympathetic nervous system we just talked about and manually override your chaotic stress response. It's a total game changer.
Okay, let's break down the actual mechanics of this. Under stress, your breathing naturally gets really rapid and shallow, right? And that just feeds even more panic straight to your brain. Well, this technique forces a physiological reset. It's just 4 simple steps. You inhale, you hold, you exhale, and you pause. Actually, let's just do one cycle together right now. Go ahead, get comfortable, let your shoulders drop. Ready?
I want you to slowly inhale through your nose, drawing that air deep into your belly for a count of 1, 2, 3, 4.
Now hold that breath in. Just keep it steady, right there at the top for 1, 2, 3, 4.
Slowly, smoothly, let that breath out through your mouth, relaxing your jaw for 1, 2, 3, 4.
And finally, pause. Hold that emptiness. Sit in that brief stillness for 1, 2, 3, 4. Wow, that specific, measured rhythm acts exactly like a software reset for your brain. It's incredible. You can do that anywhere, anytime, and it will instantly change your body's chemistry.
Let's move to and see how this builds into Section 4, the radar method.
So once the breath creates physical space, your mind needs mental space. The immediate, physiological panic has been cleared out by the box breathing, but to prevent that stress from just instantly rushing back in, we have to deploy a cognitive reframing tool. Essentially, we've handled the body, now we need to handle the mind.
Now, what's really interesting about this slide is this cognitive tool. It's simple, but it is so powerful. It's called the radar method. Reflect, describe, respond. First, you reflect. You just take a pause and notice the emotion without judging yourself for it. Second, you describe it. You literally say out loud, or even just in your head, I feel angry, or I feel afraid. When you actually name an emotion, you contain it. You shrink all that chaos down into something you can hold and consciously manage. And then finally, you respond. So instead of just reacting blindly on autopilot, you choose an action that is actually aligned with who you want to be.
Section 5. Returning to baseline.
This is a really profound concept from our source text. It says that breathing is the bridge between your conscious and unconscious mind. Think about it. You breathe automatically, completely unconsciously all day long. But the exact moment you focus on it, like we just did with the combat tactical breathing, you bring conscious control to an unconscious process. And while these might just seem like micro-interventions, they really form the foundation for navigating the everyday struggles of human existence and ultimately building what the text calls a good life.
I want you to consider this incredibly powerful quote from M. Scott Peck. Emotional sickness is avoiding reality at any cost. Emotional health is facing reality at any cost. You see, true emotional regulation doesn't come from hiding from our stressors. It doesn't come from pretending life is always totally manageable, because, let's be real, it's not. It comes from accepting reality, accepting that life is going to throw curveballs at you, and then using your tools to face that reality head on with a calm body and a clear mind.
And that brings us to the ultimate question. Now that you have these tools in your back pocket, how will you choose to face your next stressful moment? The next time your heart races or that familiar panic sets in, just remember, you are not at the mercy of your biology. Breathe in for 4, hold for 4, exhale for 4, pause for 4. Reclaim your space. Thank you so much for exploring this with me today, and hey, I challenge you to put this combat tactical breathing to the actual test in the real world. You've got this.